I'm working on the keyboard, so for the next few minutes, let me see if I can get this straight up here. Let me see if I can get this worked out over here. So I'm going to work on the keyboard. See if I can get this keyboard out here. There you go. Here's the keyboard. Q and M. Q and M. And then I'm going to go E and N. Then I'm going to go E and N. And then I am going to go, oh, I had to get W. Sorry, I'm doing this in front of you right now. Right, so it's going to be a little bit slow, so you can come back and see when I'm caught up. Right now I'm setting up the program, creating that equation, right? Because there's equations everywhere. We get the skeleton delivered to us. Let me start with who I am. Let me begin with who I am before we start this video. Can I do it this way? I don't know why I'm doing it like that. I put some clay on my face. So I know it's a little boring for those who have been here day after day watching this channel or participating. I'm never really sure which words to choose that I do not step across the line and disturb somebody's mind. I'm speaking general words that everybody should be able to facilitate that I'm going against nobody and I stand for nothing other than what I wholly believe that can be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I could be 100% right and I could be 100% wrong, but I need to understand the differences and the balance. 4, 7, 11. 4, 7, 11. 4, 7, 11. 4 equals 7 equals 11. So if you start on 4, and then you get 7, you get 11. So the question for me would be like this. The first thing I see about 4 is that 7, 6, 5. Let me see this. Even if I'm not on your track, but I want to do this. It's 7. Then I'm going to go 7, 6, 5. Now I have to see why I said that. 7, 6, 5. Yes, 7, 6, 5. 7, 6, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I said that because 1, 2, 3 on this side, 5, 6, 7 on this side, and in between is the 4. Now, what happens after this? It's going to be 8, 9, 10, and then you're going to be with the, I'm just trying to think, then you would be with the 11. Just let me see this. So I'm trying to put this together, okay? I'm just trying to put this together. There ain't no mind disturbed by what, wait, there ain't a mind here not already disturbed by what they are giving out here. There ain't no mind, you know, I'll tell you one thing, for everything that I do, I always have trouble understanding somebody else's words. So there ain't no mind, there isn't a mind, there isn't anybody not already here disturbed. So everybody's disturbed by what they are giving out here, by what they are giving or getting out here. Every mind is disturbed, that's why they're here, because they're trying to get more. But let me move on. Tell me why you said 4, 7, 11. I'm gonna try and see if I can explain this my way, but just let me just speak to those who have never been here before. What I do, no different than many others that have done something like this before. A letter is a shape. A letter is connected when building machines. You have to know how to make the letter. Is it a letter stamp? How did you make the stamp? How did the machine measure out for what it did? What are the blueprints in creating? So before you even do it, let's stamp it out with a pen. Now I put my pen down, I created a dot, I turned a corner, I created some sort of other dot, or my movement in order to create a shape is a tell of something. It's telling a story. When I draw this through obligations on square graph paper, I can only do what the graph paper allows me to do. I cannot actually meet in the middle of a line. I can cross a line this way, and I can cross a line through an area, through a cell. Adam and Eve, what is the word Adam and Eve? Right? Eve. We can talk about day. We can talk about so many things about the Eve before the evening. How about in the word 7 or 11 is Eve? The skeleton of L, the V letter in French and the M letter in French says to love her. So what do I come here? I decode everything that has ever existed with every dot and dash that you connected together to create one line. To create one dot in between two lines, where one dot is on each side and you have a dot in the center. And it's the dot in the center and the dot on the outside is dictating the value of the area space that is occupied. I'm going to explain it to you simply, that when you go to games, it's telling you what happens with dots and dashes and how many squares or how many cells you need to create in order to create that situation. I know through words that have letters, that the letters are at a different position in the alphabet, that you can use A1, A2, A3. You know, they said A3, I can use A11. They say A11 in blackjack for the ace. I know the A letter is not just the A letter, but it's a skeleton of many more letters. The A letter with a slant this way, I can add the two lines on the top and the bottom from where the I letter is. Let me draw it out. For where we have the A letter, I have this line to where my Z is now apparent. On the A letter, I now have this line to where I can draw these lines to where the N is apparent. In this one, I use the I. In this one, I use the H. Why do I say that? Because the two bars of the H are separated. Because they're I, it's separated above and below, and the H is on each side. So that if I should draw the H inside of this one, or the I inside of this one, thus if I would create the Z, right, and finish it off with the I letter, the I would be where? With this one, right? If I did the H, we would look like that. If I did that, but these are the bars for the I would look like that. Now, with the N letter, I already got the N, but if I add the I, it would look like that. But everybody knows, in the ancient times when we grew up, the I was actually created like this. Now, when you come to a keyboard and you see this, or you see this, can you tell me what these are? One of them is the I, the other one is the L, but this is a capital, and this is a small cap. And when you put all these together, you have NI, you add the H inside of here, but you do not have the Z, because all we want to work with sometimes is not all that we have, but to begin with, we have to work with just some that we have. Did I get this all done this way? The two plus signs this way and that way. The two multiple signs this way and that way. And here's your 4 basic stars that come from this image over here. But it cannot be done, and this is what I call the Mars recipe. The numeric value for Mars is life 1. The numeric value for Earth is life 2. Where do I get this? The V is the 22nd letter. In French, we write it this way. IE is your birth on the farm. 59, 59, 0. 0 represents what is 1/4 of Mars on Earth. Earth is 100% when you have 90. Mars works at 100%. We run a 60-second clock that is run at 1.5 less than what it should be because of Mars. When we reduce the numbers of A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, it equals to 10, where A, B, C equals to 6, or let's call it 60, and where we get B, C, D equals to 9 or 90. To understand what B, C, D is also 432, which is known as that healing vibration or hertz. It's also noted as 3 times 1440 minutes in a day to equal to 4,320. We know that A, B, C, D, where D equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1. That we started over again, but on a flip side, on a twist side. We're running 7-11 all the time, 7-11 coming in the cube. We're running 7-11 because we're running I'm trying to look for the 2 zones. Where's the zones? Hold on a second. We're running 2 zones. I know I did this somewhere over here. The 2 zones that we're living. We're living 2 zones. So we have to start off. I don't know if I want to do it here or where I am. Okay. We have to start off with 3 days. And then the 1 day, and that 1 day is the heart of the situation. And then you have the 3 days. Okay, and then you have, hold on, 3 days, 1 day, 1 day, 3 days, 3 days, 1 day, or we can work it as the year, because when we get to this, we have compensated into the leap year, in which we must carry this leap year, okay, all the way through the next 3 years. But then we don't have the leap year till this year over here. So we have to drag it on. So we drag on the 366 days, and then we're going to drag it on plus another 28 days equals to 394, if I correct. Is that the way I have to draw it up? I'm trying to draw up from February 29th, let's say 2020, to February 29th, 2024. How many days is that? Does somebody have the answer? Or should we bring it to the 28th and then the 29th is the beginning of the next one? Add that 1 day. So I need to understand the angels of Mars come with this number. The numeric value for the moon, 31, 13, 31. And I'm going to jump back onto the reason why. You know, I have to hold. Okay, so let me finish that before I get into this. Wow. Yes. So what it is you need the heart. So you need the heart. So we need this heart over here. So I need that heart, and then we have right. So we have 3, then 2. I'm just trying to set this up. And then we have I'm not sure if this is the way I set it up, but I'm working on something right now. I'm thinking, so I'm not going anywhere. Let me turn my tires, right? So this is my 10 in bowling. I'm just putting something. I'm thinking we need the heart. So we need the one heart, then we need the 6 days, and then we need the one heart. Okay? And then what we need is the 3 days. So let me see this. So this will be Saturday, and you have 6 days that go. So this will be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This would be Saturday. And then here will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so this is where my 7 and 4 came in to create my 11. So it's the, let me get back, 4, 7, 11. So because the 4th day would be the heart day. For me, this would be the heart day. I'm not really sure. But also 4, 7, 11, right? Because 4 plus 7 equals to 11. We also have 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 2 equals to 1. Now we have our creation at 3 when it began at 2. We have 47 is time. We have 74 as energy. We also have, you know what? We can use these 2 letters and say I got 44 as space. I could say I have 77 as Christ or matter or power. But you know what? If I had electric power, I would get 75 and 77. And what would that give me? That would give me 53. Electric company. That's the way I look at it, as any craps. It's right, any craps, or it is 11 craps. And 11 craps is 11, and then it's 1 and 1 or 1 and 2. But they're barring the 6 and 6, and they bar the 6 and 6 because the 6 and 6, when you have 6 and 6, you have 1 dot and 1 dot. You have this one over here, this one and this one. You can't have 2 sides of the coin. So in the game of craps, they bar it. They're 360 degrees apart, where these are only a 45 degree apart. You see where 1 and 2 comes together? Well, when you have 5 and 4 on one side, 9, you have 6. Whoop, hold on a second. When you have 5 and 4 on one side, let me do this. You have 3 and 2 on the other side. I need 2 cubes. So when you have 1 and 2 together, I think I was on the wrong number. When you have 1 and 2 together, right, you turn to the other side, it's 5 and 6. So you have 1 and 2 together, and on the other side is 5 and 6. When you have 2 and 3 on one side, and the other side is 5 and 4, and I want to know why I mentioned that equation, right? I was on the wrong equation. Why was I on the 8? And remember that the letter H and I are the 8th and the 9th letter. 2 to the power of 3, 3 to the power of 2. So when I come into this equation to know this, the numeric value is 28 and 11, equaling to 39. It represents the angel. And then all these equations with 13 come out. Just like you have 8 and 9, you have 1 and 2. 8, 9, and 1, 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. In the cycle, 28, the be heaven or behave, 28 is the cycle of man. They're 10, 10. These 2 letters are also in artwork will create the numeric value of 5 and 2. There was another reason I mentioned these 2. There's another story in here. I'm trying to figure out. I just got lost with a story. Yes, when the 8 comes up, the 9 comes up. There's a mathematical equation which is right over here. One of them will equal to 9 and 14. The other one will equal to 8 and 15. Both of them equate to 23. The 8 and 9 come together. Remember the 8 or the 8 ball, and the 9 is the yellow ball for the soul in the house of bait. They're both in the house of bait. Sorry? They're both only, no, this one is in the house of bait. This one is an electric company taking part in the moon. Where does this come from? It comes from games, the game of craps, that if I should put 1 and 2 down, I'm going to flip it over and get 5 and 6. If I'm going to put 1 and 1 down, I'm going to flip it over and get 6 and 6. Now, when I get this, I'm also getting the church monkey. Why? Because there's 3 missing inside of here. This is how many are on every single side, right? There's 3 missing in each one. So I have 3 and 3. I have 8 and 8. This one is going to represent Earth. This one is going to end up representing Mars in this situation when I add it to a single digit. But Earth's numeric value is 3 by 3, and why are we seeing it over here? But now Earth would be living in this situation over here, because the end result, when 2 8s come up, you end up with a 7. You end up with the king. Here you end up with the nav, the 6. Depending on how I use the equations, I'm gonna come back with that. So when we start, right? If I start on the Wednesday, if I use Wednesday for the middle of the week, right? I can do that also, right? Here I'm using Saturday and then Saturday, and I'm stopping before I hit Wednesday, right? Sorry, there's a mistake here. It's a good thing I saw this. It's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, not Wednesday. I like to presume that my week would be more like, I'm just trying to understand it as Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I'll get, whoop, I don't want to do that either. You see, if God rests on day 7 and we need a cycle, the first week that goes around, 3 days and 1 day, that's 4 days, 5, 6, here's 7 days, boom, we have to go right over here. The cycle that we run isn't good. They're showing us to run this cycle over here. Now the question is, what day should I start on in order to get Saturday here? Maybe Sunday didn't exist yet. But what if I started on a Wednesday? We're not going to do that. We're going to eliminate the Saturday and start on the Sunday. So we get Sunday, then we get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Then we get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we get Friday. Then we get Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then we get Tuesday. And then we get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The cycle will now stop for its first pause, where he ended up at Saturday to be the day of rest. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 22nd day, 23rd. Let me green them all out. So we had 1, 2. Let me blue out the other ones or something. I want to get them all in color so I can see them easier. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the first one of 3, and this is the first one of 1. This is the second one of 3. It's the second one of 1. It's the third one of 3. It's the third one of 1. It's the fourth one of 3. It's the fourth one of 1. It's the fifth one, and the fifth one, and the sixth one, and the sixth one, and the seventh one, and the seventh one. So it ran in 7 cycles. So if we run our days 7 days a week, we don't get this. So this will be 3, 4, 7, 8, 11, 12, 15, 16, 19, 20. Sabbath starts over here on 20. 23, 24, 27 in the house of bait, and the day we rest. The cycle, 28, the 28 days of the moon. Now we're going to see that we ran in 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. Could we have run this in 1-2 and 1-2? And should we use it as 3-1, 1-3? Should we use it as 1-2 or 2-1? Or 21, 12, and 13, 31? For every single day is a letter, and every letter gets a number, and we can say that it's A1 or it's A6, because the dictation, the truth, is right there. It's not my truth. It never was my truth. It's I came together, and I'm showing you the equations that these instruments, along with every single sport on this planet, hockey, baseball, football, soccer, golf, basketball, cribbage, badminton, tennis, Keno. Then they have that other game, Sudoku. Every letter, every number that has ever been created in this entire planet. Anything that has ever been said, any dot and any dash and any word from the periodic table and any measurement that has ever been taken from the weights and measures for every clock that turns, for the sizes that exist amongst the world. This is the truth that is set upon us, and this is the truth that is set upon us that I use to equate what is the word. The word that is spoken to, is this creator the word? Well, if it is, we have the measurements, we have the calculations, because if they created us in the word of he who has created or she who has created, then we will only spill out to what has been done and nothing more, other than using the same elements of the creation in creation. This design over here is the minimum size, actually, for my rotation of 6 and 9. This is the size of the drawers. I can make it the earth size. I'm just going to explain that in a minute. And there's two different things. It can be this, it can be this, this, and this. One of the reasons it can't be 3 is because with 3 we get offset. We get completely offset. Almost looks like, what is one of them, a duck, the other a dog. Here we have it by 4, here we have it by 3, here we have it by 4. Same thing, but I'm showing you 3 of them. Where the I, right? You see the I over here? Well, you see a C that has capped the I, right? But it's still the same I, just like in the other bricks that we have drawn up, right? The bricks that are drawn up. Right? I did not put a split in the center of this one. There is no split in the center of this brick. Do you notice that? I cannot create an I, but I can create the I on the upper level. And the I is what splits both bricks. And the H is showing me that the brick above separated by the I of the brick below. So when we play, when you go to the roulette board, the numbers are this way. The numbers are not, as I drew up over here in blocks. This is not the setup of the numbers. This is me squaring it off. So there's a story in there. I'm not sure. Now I'm thinking that it comes in pairs. Somehow everything comes in pairs. So, but anyways, I wanted to work on this, and what this is, I should do it in the small version. I'm gonna do it in small version so you don't have to wait too long for it. don't forget your bowling. We didn't finish the bowling pyramid, right? Wait, right? The bowling over here. Where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. So the 1, 3, 5 would be like this in bowling. So I have to understand the rest of this design. And don't forget, you can draw this up different ways, as squares, as X's, different ways. I'm not sure what that means yet, but I'll figure it out one day. We can always, just let me fill this all in these cracks for now. So you do notice that we have VW, right? Here we have WW. Here we have VW. VW is V22, W23, and I think in Chaldean, I think it's V and W and U are all equal to 6. This is 45. 45 is very important. It stands for Fox, and Fox connects to headquarters, the Kappa Fox's headquarters. VW, VW Rabbit, or Volkswagen. So now we're going to have to look at the Volkswagen. Hey, folks. Volkswagen, don't forget about 1. So we're going to jump out of that scenario, see where I was. Yes, I was going to work on the basic keyboard, in which is an offset keyboard. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we can line them up. This one to this one, this one to this one. We do it on each row. And then we do the extension, bottom left to top right. So what we get is Q and M. I think I'm going to use it on my phone so it's closer to me because I can't actually see what's going on. So just give me a second to tap this open. To try and tap this open. So yeah, so we're going to look at that, and we're going to go Q and M. Then we're going to go W and N. Not very okay. Then we're going to go to E. Whoop! I went to EN. Sorry about that. If you have to go to the bathroom, if you want to take a drink, let me finish this. You'll catch up. Can't rush this. E and B. Oh, look at that B, okay? Now we're going to go to RV. So now the thing is, I'm going to just set it up this way. We're going to go to RV, right? And after we go to RV, R, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we're going to go to CT. Then we're going to go to YUIO. YUIO. So we were at C, XZLK. XZLK. I hope I got that right. I hope I got that right. Now we're going to go to PASD. PASD. Now maybe I shouldn't have started this. Oh yes, I had to do it. This PASD. PASD, and I ended on KJHGF. JHGF. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26. So now we have the whole alphabet aligned up. So we have 17 and 13, right? And now I should continue down to the bottom. I have to center this. So the center to this, if I did it from the inside out, I would start with D and F on the next equation. I'm just going to do the next equation to begin with, right? And the next equation is, should I do it on the same page? Yeah, I think it's going to be easier to do it on the same page. I'm going to do it over here. I don't like to do that, but so we're going to have D and F. So D and F have to come together twice, right? So that's the center of my creation. So how would I do that? Would I put that on each side? D and F, S and G, D and F, S and G. So let me do it this way: D and F, and then we're going to have S and G and S and G. Then we're going to have A, H, A, H, and then we're going to have PJ, PJ. And we're going to have PJ. So let me do this. This had to be DF, right? I'm just trying to think. DF, DF, do it in the center one time. Right, okay. So DF only happens once. Everything else will happen twice. This is the sixth letter and the fourth letter. 20% of 5 equals to 1. 1 minus E equals to what is V1 or V1? 4 and 6. Your EV, your electric vehicle, the movement of words. Oh, Mercedes is number 85. Dalmer. I'm going to get into that. Let me just finish this part over here. So now we have P and J. I should have did it the way I did it here. We have PJ, and then we have and OK, and OK. Then we have IL and UZ. And we probably should come up with another center to this, right? We need another center. There's 2 centers because the alphabet is 26 letters. So I'm going to have to do this again, but not right now. I'm just going to continue on this way. Just remind me. Then we have IL and IL. I should have did it this way. That way it might have worked out a little bit easier. Then I can go right across. You know what I'm saying? I can do it this way. I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm going to do it that way after. Right? But if I do it that way, I'm going to have to make it go up and down, just like the gematria in sets of 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because T and G are different. 20 and 7. They take the points of the pyramid, dividing the gate. That's 68. Oh, do you want to know a 7, 8, 9? What happens? Here's number 7. Here's number 5. Here's number 9. So 7, 8, 9, right? That 8, 9, because over here is number 8 between 7 and 9. So it brings it into the gateway of creation through the 7th gate. It comes in between 2 sides. Now 6 and 6 comes up right over here. So when you talk about your freedom 66, the freedom 55, the 7, 8, and 9, it's this setup over here where the 2 come together. This point over here is G. This one over here is T. The house of Bait, 2 and 7 come together. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals to what is 27, 18, and 9. The heavens of Jupiter. That's what it seems like inside of Pluto. Pluto is 84, runs the cycle. So we did I and L over here. Then we have to do is UZ. I think I'm going to do it as row 2. Where do I put row 2 over here? UZ and then UZ and then YX and then YX and CT and CT and RV and RV, and then we're going to go row over here, and then we're going to go EB and EB and WN and WN and I don't like the way this is. I'm going to be doing this again, that's for sure. And Q, M, I'm trying to divide up the alphabet in this one. Okay, now we're going to get back to the, where was that last part of the alphabet I just did? Okay, it's on this side, right. So now what we do is 23 and 14, 5 and 2, 18 and 22. Remember 22, very important. The monkey comes out, it breaks loose. I don't know if I have that in the equation to show you, but the monkey breaks out right over here. The monkey breaks out on Sunday, on the 22nd partition of the 28 days. Blackjack ended up over here on this day over here, 21. The day of rest was the first day of the week. Sunday, Thursday, Monday, Friday. Oh, this is a number. Friday. Is this Tuesday? Tuesday, Saturday. Now, if you look at the Jewish holidays, there are certain days that will never be a Jewish holiday between Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. Where is 19? Here we get our first man on the moon AI on this Thursday. Mars falls on this Sunday over here. Where the numbers show up, they all tell a story. This is the fourth 7. So once you have the fourth 7, you've mirrored. So we're going to take away 7 days. And right over here, before the mirror happens, is the Sabbath night on the 20th day, before the end of the mirror. Sorry, it happens here, but this is the end before the end of the 21st day. Are you going 0 to 1 day? Complete. 0 to 2 days, complete. So I'm asking myself the question, do we get it between here and here on the Sabbath day? That's why it ends by sundown and it doesn't go into Saturday night. That's a question. At the same time, the chicken, right? The chicken, the hen only lays an egg 6 days a week, and it doesn't lay on the 7th day. So let's continue on with this, but I'm going to get some questions answered. 3 and 20, and this one is 25 and 24, 21 and 26, 9 and 12, 15 and 11, 16 and 10, 1 and 8, 19 and 7, and this one is 4 and 6. $15. It also represents the mathematics. It represents D. This will represent DC, the halfway house. 1 halfway house. Did you know the word 1 equals to 34? 3 and 4 are the reverse on a cube. Did you know that the number 6 equals to 52? 52 is 1.5 away from the core, 3.5. 34 is 0.5 away from the core. One is 1.5 and one is 0.5. But the 1 is 2.5 away and the 6 is 2.5 away. 1 plus, 6 minus. You notice the way they go on different sides? 3.5, 1.5 plus 2. 5 minus 1.5 plus 2. 5 minus 1.5 is 3.5. 2 plus 1.5 is 3.5. And that's the meeting point of this. And then you have 8 times 3.5 to meet the cycle. Now we're going to do this in short format. 84, 55. Very important, this one. This one here entraps the hive. This one over here is going to be only one number. It's 7. This will be 9 and 4. This will be 3 and 2, 7 and 6, 3 and 8, 9 and 3, 6 and 2, 7 and 1. This will be a total of 9, or maybe I should just leave them like this, right? And it's going to be, this is going to be 1 and 7, 17. Maybe I should just add them up into their own house. That's what I did, right? Now I'm going to add them to a single digit, right? So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go 3, 1, 7. And I'm going to do this one over here is 4. Then this one over here is 5. And this one over here is 4. This one here is 2. And this one over here is 3. This one over here is 8. This one over here is 8. This one over here is 9. And this one over here is 1. So these are the primaries that made these up. Now, if I add them in a row, this becomes 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. If I add these in a row, 12, 13, 1 and 3 is 4. If I add these in a row, it becomes 18. It becomes 9. I know what that means to me. So this is one way of creating a situation. Another thing is I can also change this into setting it up in rows of 7 or setting it up in rotation of 9. When you set it up in rotation of 9, it goes like this. I'm going to just do this really, really, really quick. Rotation of 9 is when I put I just put in the letters here, and then once I get to the end, I start over again. Like if I'm working with 7 days a week, then I'm going to have to work Sunday, Monday over here. And when I connect it, if the first day of the week is Sunday, then it's Monday, then it's Tuesday, then it's Wednesday, then it's Thursday, then it's Friday, then it's Saturday, then it's Sunday, then it's Monday. Or what we have to do is we have to take the center day, right, or the center number and call it Wednesday. So if I put Wednesday in the center in the heart of the week at number 5, then I am going to have to put Tuesday here, Monday would go over here, and then Sunday would go here, and the first day of the week would actually be Saturday, the day of rest. It's the 1 day of rest. So the 1 day of rest, should it not be for the first day of the week to the 6 days after to the 1 day of rest? So there's all kinds of equations and different ways to look at this. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to see where I am in this. Yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about, but I want to take just a 1 minute break. I've been leaning on my leg and it's asleep. Oh my, and I have to read everything that's been said here because it's not fair to anybody if we're all participating. Just let me go in the kitchen for a minute. I'm going to come back. My leg is hurting. If there's something you didn't understand, please stand up. I guess I'm the first one up. My leg's asleep. Hey, kitty cat. Oy, 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 that's a big yawn. My father got me this book on art this year. See the number 51? 51 Rael. Well, my Hebrew name is Raphael. So I told him I want a book that says 15 on it. Find me a book that says 15 on it. So he found me a book that says 15 on it. But I've never met the Rael. I guess that's the rail, right? Like the train rail. C-A-N-E, Ra, resident angel. And this is 17, but really, if you take a look at the E, right? You take a look at the E, take a look at it. It's the face of a tiger. That T in the center, you see the T in the middle of E? Oh, I can't walk. It's crazy, the human body, the human mind. But I can't walk. It doesn't matter what I do. I'm just going to fall down. My foot's asleep. Oh, my God. Oh, God. I have a stain on my shirt. Not very happy. Can't get up. Somebody help. You know, it's only at this time that I can see all those who are hurting who can't do, and they have to go slower, you know. We have to take it with our capacity, and we can't think any different that we're less, and we can't make anybody feel any less. I've been through my own dilemmas. dilemmas, you know, lemons. You licking yourself there, girl? Hold on a second, check this. Okay, I'm going up to get my coffee. I'm going up to get my coffee. Just keep an eye on her. How you doing there, girl? You okay? Right back in a minute. I'm going to get my coffee. What you doing, girl? Hey, how you doing, girl? You talking to everybody out there? What you talking about, eh? You know, we're unscrambling this, right? It's working. It's working. You don't have to, you know, if you want to pick one thing you want to understand, one thing, that's all it has to be. That's all it has to be. And you should be proud of just one thing. You know? Is that an excuse? Is that an excuse I use to make myself feel good? Absolutely. I absolutely find excuses to make myself feel good. So then why are they excuses? If you're trying to make yourself feel good by tricking yourself, is there anything wrong with it? Absolutely not. You can always correct yourself because what has happened, it is too late. You know what I'm saying? And nobody should feel that they have to answer to anybody in certain situations. It's very hard to explain that, but so 1 second. I'm going to get some what they call cream. I like cream, but I wish it was the cream from 500 years ago. You know why? Cream from 500 years ago. You just yawned and everybody missed you? You're good, kitty? Okay. Okay, let me see where we are right now. You know what this says? It says, fais tes propres études. It means do your own studies. DE, these three letters, if I would put the E over here, it would be 9/11. Education. Education. So let me see this. Yes, the shirt, English and French. Yes. Let me see. Let me see. No, I think I only have it in French, but I just did this for the fun of it, you know, because I did it 8 years ago. And this says, obviously, English, and you can understand that. And then you have God here, and it says Dieu, but in the beginning of Dieu, it means D-I-E, right? And then U-X, and that's how you create it in French. And another thing is this dice cube, a singular dice cube, it's called a die. And when you tie dye, you change something's color. So we'd have to understand the tie and the die and know that when I know at the Hebrews, when somebody dies, that's Hebrew, they always cut the tie to one side or the other. A tie in French, I'm not sure if it's called a crevette, but a crevette is a shrimp. And the shrimp looks like what I believe something to do with the hookup of the pineal gland, that J hook. And it's not only the J hook, but our life, okay, I believe is about the J hook, the way we breathe. With the pig, you breathe 11-11 this way. But with us, it's down and up the nose, right? It's up the nose. If you blow out heat and the heat goes up and the cold comes down, so when you blow out your nose, it'll come down and go up. So I like to call ourselves the Jays. You know what I'm saying? So now we're the Blue Jays, and now there's a whole bunch of other connections. And if you don't think any of this fits together, maybe I'm a little frustrated. That's why I chose those words to say sometimes. I was also working on Canadian and American football, the 65 yards apart, 24 yards to the uprights. 24 yards is 288 inches, right? That's 4 parts of 360, like 5 times 72 is 5 parts, but 4 parts of 5 in order to equal 360 degrees. Where did I come with this? 72 times 5 is 360. The uprights are 288 inches, which is 4 times 72, or 288 inches is 2 days of 1,440 minutes a day. And it's so important to be able to find multitudes of situations that exist. What is 288? What is 144? What is 216? You know, now they're onto something about 216, 2160. Well, 2160 times 3 times 2 times 3 times 4. Have you ever looked at that? And the moon diameter is 2160. So we have 2160, we have 4320, we have 6480, and we have 8640. It just so happens the seconds in the day are 86,400. The same numeric value shows up over here. The 6 and 8 are what divides the cube. The 8 and 4 is its divided. Zion, Israel, 0. The operator, 8448, the son of Pluto, which is 3 times 28 and 4 times 21, relevant to the cube and the moon. 421s is the cube dots. And 80 will represent bronze. Bronze is represented, and the prior number to 80 is 88 in star system math. 432, the vibration. 2160 is what the moon is. And this is 1.5 times the minutes in a day, because we're living in the clock. And here it's one time, and there it's another time, and there it's another time. Here it's night, there is day. The moon is hanging in the sky. Why don't we just have a different moon for every sky? And why don't we just have all night all at the same time? Or would that disturb our minds? What would happen in that situation? Remember, we need a cooling unit, right, to cool down the matrix. Otherwise, she'd be on fire. That's why we say living in hell in the matrix, because it's hot. Computers get hot. They need cold. They need real cold. Otherwise, they wear out. And a new system, a different system that doesn't get as hot. LED, a digital system we need. Otherwise, the analog, the tapes, they don't run fast enough. They burn out. We can't see them. We can't protect them. What does it mean to the end of time? The numeric value to the end of time and the numeric value for time is the same as saying space-time. Space area time. And the reason for that is the cube, number 31, GTJ 721. Go to jail. The 31st area. It's a 31st area containing 4 blocks, but it is in the 31st. Hold on a second. We have a total of 48 and then 40. We go around the first time. Okay, when we go around the first time, I'm trying to see what block it is. We go around the first time and we have 13 over here. Let me do this calculation. Hold on a second. I'm trying to do a calculation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Two, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We come around, I'm just trying to think. If we started, let's say 48 would be here, 47, 46, we'd have 45. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm designing. We have the Monopoly board. In this area, it's go to jail, right? Go to jail would be basic number. Let me see, go to jail. 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 721. Go to jail is 721 for the initials, right? And when you go to jail, what is the end of life or the end of time or life? Which way would you say it? Well, the end of life or the end of time is right here. And the reason for this working for the end of life or the end of time is because when you go to jail and you get a sentence, and in the end of a sentence, it ends in a period or more periods than one, and every period is 28 days. That's the way we run the basic cycle periods, 28 days inside the time frame. So 25 years to life, and it's a sentence, so it's 28 days. We have to understand that. I'm going to explain what all this is. When you go to jail and you get a full sentence, you get 25 years to life, or you get multiple life sentences. So we use that as 25. 25, the numeric value for Jack, the word Jack, where J is prevalent because it's been, we've capped or mirrored the sixth creation, or the cap of creation is the 4 Mars, and we're living the creation of 660, man born on the 6th day. So when we cap at the period, okay, in a sentence, and then to the female menstrual cycle, menstrual cycle, the numeric value for that is what the moon cycle basis, and that's based on 28 days. You want to give more, you want to give less, that's fine, but we're basing it on what most of the people will come out and say, that it's 28 days. So we run it on that base cycle. That numeric cycle also, it's funny that when it's the menstrual cycle, the numeric value for man is 28. And it combinates with numbers 7 and 4. N and N, 14 and 14 equals to 28. The N's come together. So I would say that HH and HHN and H come together, H and N. H and N equals to 22. 22, the 22nd letter is V for life. The reverse of that is the E. V and E come together. The entire reverse alphabet is 27. So did I jump off where I was? So when you want to go to the end of time, so what you're going to do is you're going to add 25, right? And end of time, you're going to add 25 and 47 together, and you're going to end up with 72. To the short count, you're going to end up with 63, and that was the basis of your creation. 6 days of creation, 6 and 3. That'll create mathematically the I and the R letter. That is a Jupiter. It's also for 13. And then in the word Jupiter, in the word 13, there's other numeric values that come out to tell other stories. The uprights in football, I think, are 18.6 feet, if I get that right. The heaven spirit born onto the 6th day. There's 168 hours in a week. There's 300 feet to an NFL game. There's 330 feet to a CFL game. 330 feet, 33 for the creation and rotation, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, bringing both worlds together, heaven on earth. 4 areas, 4 areas, 4 areas, and 4 areas. And then 1 and 9. So there's 16 and 9. It says pi running inside of this. Let me read the rest of this. Let me read this. Holy Toledo. Where I lost the wow. We all show up here speaking the very same native tongue, pure vowels. Then they give out air B blockers. Once we pick them up, almost everybody we say is distributed by the consonants. Okay. Okay, I can live with that. Okay, tell me what is that in German? What is that? And seven or sept. Okay, sept. Hold on. Did you do that at the beginning too? Oh, I didn't see Zate. What does Zate mean? ZE 526. That's right, 526. I've done that before with reason. I got a fly in the house. I don't like it. You know what I think about flies and mosquitoes and bees? Although we need bees, they pollinate, they do everything. Their existence is above what conscience. Um, how can I explain this? The life of the bee is more, and bugs and certain bugs are, um, they're missing what animals and man has, or man, woman, humans have. They are like electronics in this world. They have an absolute something to do, right? And you can squish them or step on them or whatever. And the only thing you're going to ruin is yourself. One of the reasons, because you don't want to destroy anything. There are things like flies and mosquitoes. That's a different thing. There's reasons why they're here. I don't know if they're scientifically testing us inside. Remember, the Urantia world is a correctional center, making humans better through its own elements, right? What won't hurt you will kill you. What doesn't kill you won't hurt you. You know, you're always picking up your immunity. We had to better life for ourselves. We had to create the elements to I believe, to do it that way. And some of these other things are just byproducts of what shouldn't be here, and they never had life to start with, like flies and certain things. But everything is here for a reason. It's just that what came here over and above the magic that created us should not be here at all, and it's the science that is destroying everything. Oh, the Ouija, yeah. I'm reading this word and I want to know what potion you're putting together. Because when I see the word Hebrews, right, I want to know what he's brewing. Is he creating the spirit? Is he brewing some kind of beer? Because I think the beers are the breweries, right? So he's brewing it up. So H and E, when they come together, H and E is like three. Three is creation. We're alpha, beta, 1 and 2. So E is telling you I'm creating, or I've created. So the H is also telling you I'm sleeping. The I is sleeping in the heavens and is creation. So that's HE, which is 8 and 5, which is going to turn into a day and night, parts of a third. The reason for that is 8 times 5, 8 plus 5 will be 13 and 40. And 13 and 40, 1 and 3 is 4. And the other one is just a 4. So it becomes a 3 and 4 and a 4. So it's creating a T letter, more or less, because the 3 is opposite of the 4. $27 and 28, 55, red man. It's funny that you said that. 13 can also be said as red man. Okay, just I'm working on this equation. So 8 is a place where 9 goes. 8 is a place where 9 goes. What does he do when he goes into the gate? When you go into the gate, when you stand in front of the gate, when the gate says we're ready to go, does the gate open? The heaven's gate will be waiting at the gateway. At the gateway. Is the gateway a bridge? Is the gateway a tunnel? Is it gateway or is it getaway? And now I like to put the letter B with gate and says 13 is something to do with the gate. Anyways, the reason I said this is because 28 and 27 go together. And 27 is red. And 28 is man. And now we have Redmond. ED is into the sun. 31 is inside the cube. Are we going to look at demon? 3 times 28, 3 times 27, 3 times 25, 3 times 19. This one over here is when you have the rotation and cycle at times of the moons between Venus and Mars. Between Venus and Pluto. The second planet and the 9th planet. This is when we have the electric moon come out. And if I want to run these numbers, C13, T and H. T and H begins here. 99 comes together at Jupiter. 99 comes together at Jupiter. This number 9, Jupiter, right? Why? Jupiter is number 99. 13 is number 99. The house of Bate begins with the birth of the resident angel in 12. Now, it's hard to explain more than I look at it as R12 and B13. I look at R12 as the queen. I look at queen as number 62 and 8 and 8 eyes. I see the B13 king as number 41. As number 41, 5 and 7 eyes. I'm going to go 2 and 2, and here I'm going to go 1 and 1 and 2 and 2. Nope. And 3 and 2. What it means, hold on, let me do this again, 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. It means there's a red and a black queen. They both have 2 eyes each. Here, one of the red kings, okay, only has 1 eye. And 3 of the other kings have 2 eyes each. So we have 6, 7 eyes. And over here we have 2, 2 and 2, 4 eyes. So we have 4 and 4 eyes. And over here we have 6 and 1 eye. The kings and the queens. The total here is 103. Well, Mercury is 103. JC, Jesus Christ, if you want. But Earth and Mars is 51 or V1, and Mars, 52 and V2, or 51 V1 for Mars. Life 1 and life 2. Living in positions 1, 3, and 5. Living in positions 2, 4, and 6. Always with 5. Why do I say this? Because only this one, okay, 5, 2, 4, and 6. Only this one over here is the center dot. This is the outside. This is the inside. There can be 6 on the inside. And on the outside, there can be 48. 48 on the outside, 6 on the inside. What it means is over here is an area of space. There's 6 sides. There only can be 6 possible, whether they're void or not. On this one, there are 3 dots and 3 void. On this one over here, there's, I'm just trying to think. I think there's 30 dots. Did I get that right? 8 times 3 is 24. Let me see this again. 888. 4 by 8 is, hold on a second. Okay, just leave it. I'm just trying to think. 3 where there's 3 void mean there's nothing here, but there's still 6. Okay. So, oh yes. Okay. I know what it is. So it's 18. Hold on. 18. Yes. It's 18 and 30. Okay. What it means is there are going to be 18 dots on the outside. 4, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to go 11, 12. Did I get that right? 10, 4. Oh, right. And there's 2 on the inside. Right here on the inside. I forgot to count those also. So here there's 6, 10, 11, 14. And then there's, did I get that right? Got that wrong. There's 6, 8, 12. There's 12 and 2, 6, and that's it. There's 12 and 6. Let me do that again. $12 and 6 and 30. Is that why we run 12 minutes on the clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock? I don't know. 1,500 hours? I don't know. 2,100 hours? I don't know. 24 hours? I don't know. But this is the cube, and the way this cube is set up with this cube. Every single side is 9. So 2 opposite sides are 9 and 9 is 18. Take away the 7 dots is 7. Sorry, is 11. 1 dot and 6 dots. Take away 9 is 2, plus the 9 is 11. Always 11, 11, 11, every single side. 11, 11, 11, 7, 7, 7. I'm going to go through the same here, the questions. Right, the vertebrae. How do you know if there's life? Something to do with life and survival. Somebody was talking today about life and survival, and they say most animals years ago that if they're out in the woods and they break a leg and they can't make it to safety and they can't run away from danger and they can't make it for food, then they don't survive. When did we begin to survive? That's when life began, was somebody's answer. I like that. I like that, Weebrew. I like that. IO is that operating system? Let me do this. So 135 plus 1,888. That's absolutely perfect. It's a good thing you brought that up. Did I get that right? 3, 2, right on. Right on. You did a good number. Look at that, 1888. After 1888, they said the devil was going to be released. D, right? I think you misunderstood what the word I said, right? Like DeVille, you know DeVille, right? The old car from the Dalmatians. So 1888, 8 and 5, 13. 8 and 3, 11. 8 and 3, 11. 8 and 3, 8 and 5 is 13. 8 and 3, 11, carry the 1 is 2. And so we get 2023. Now, how can we get 315 out of this? So I'm going to try and see to get 315, right? 315 would be 17 08. And then we get 2023. If we get 513, 513 would be take away 18 from that number. It'd be 1474. So it's all the ways we have to do all it. Just a few handful left in 531. No, the beginning of time had to start at 225 years. 225. 100 plus 125. There's other numbers in that equals 225. 5 times 5 times 5. And the other one is 100, where CC, where your basic first full creation came to be at 100. Remember, the CB codes are 200. Let me see what else is left in here. How many years do we have to go before we get that rest on 10? We have to go how many years before that? We have to go 6. We have to go 4 cycles. Remember, the day, every single day has 4 times 360 to equal 1440 minutes. But it equals to, let me see if I have this equation. 1440 equals to 4 times 360. There's 6 times 1440 equals 8640, and that's what you get in seconds. So you need 24 parts of the day. Let me show you. 24 times 36. How much is 24 times 36? I need 6 times. I have 4 parts, 36, 360 degrees equals 1440 minutes. In 1440 minutes, I have 8,640 minutes in the week. And 8,640 minutes in the week, 8,640 minutes in the week divided by 360 equals to 24. So that's the basic week, how it works. That's where your dividing gate comes out. 4 times we have to mirror it. Then we have to calculate the Shabbos and everything else in there to understand. Maybe it is a box of mushrooms. Anyways, I'm done for now. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, if you want to help out actually, you can call it the channel. I guess the channel is me. I like these kinds of pens. If you want to send me 5 boxes, I like these kinds of books. I don't like the big books. Any more than 80 pages is no good. Download the videos. Help create a program that we can put all the equations in, that we can even understand these sizes before. In order to, we have to work it up against graph paper. Everything has to be graph paper because that's where our cells are. And that's it for now. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Let's leave that up there. PayPal me if you can. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Cheers.